How does that make you feel as, as a mom they've released body cam footage that shows, your child as well as displays the full name and date of birth?
I'm not gonna lie, that right there, I mean, it disturbs me. That's
What's going on, everybody? Be sure to please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Alrighty, so we've got everything, the full story of the incident that happened with Miss Lisa and the Jackson Police Department with Officer Hanson. So without further ado, let's get into it, y'all.
Side doing damage to the property.
Yeah, I think we had other people here went in the house. I told them to get out because they sounded like they were breaking stuff. I told them to get out of the house. So it's like, I'm not trying to mess up anything. You're just trying to just
Get all y'all's names.
But they did leave.
Any of y'all got ID on you?
No.
How old are you?
I'm 14.
15.
But I live right down the street there with me.
Alright, what's your last name? First name? What's your date of birth?
Can I ask why?
Well, y'all are criminally trespassing on this property right now.
Oh, well, we can leave. I
didn't know it was anybody's property, to be honest.
Yeah.
We didn't do anything.
We honestly didn't.
What's your name, sir?
Oh, mine. Oh, sorry.
What's your first name? Alright. I'm going to log through our computer system that y'all have been warned not to be here. The next time you're here, you'll get charged with criminal trespass, alright?
You don't gotta worry about that.
Just got like a morning.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, y'all go ahead and leave. You're welcome. Yeah, if you see anybody back on the property, let us know. Those three that were there, I gave them a criminal trespass warning, so I told them next time I'll be putting charges on them. Two of them were apparently criminally trespassed from the skating rink last night for fighting. So they're just wandering around, I guess, stirring up trouble.
Yeah, I guess these people are going to come back. They said they're going to flip this house, actually. But,
yeah, they've been working on it.
yeah, I'll just tore it down and start it all over. It's a hot mess, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, thanks. I thank you guys for coming by.
Hey, no problem. If you see them again, let us know.
Okay, for sure.
All right, Officer Hanson, where do you base your allegation of your statement of they're wandering around the neighborhood stirring up trouble? Because they didn't give you any trouble. They even offered to leave ahead of time and was very polite and respectful to you, Officer Hanson. And one of the minors did the correct thing, went and told a parent, and then the parent was doing the responsible thing of coming out to confront and ask the officer what happened. And we all know the incident that took place just for asking Officer Hanson some questions about what happened in his encounter with her minor, and for calling this officer a name.
Well, let me look here.
You drove past her twice. You came past my house, and when you did, she was walking.
Ma'am, you don't even know the whole story. Let me explain the story.
My daughter wasn't there. Is what I'm trying to tell you. She just came walking up while you guys probably were pulling up.
Are you ready for me to explain myself, or do you want to keep arguing?
I wasn't arguing. Can you record, please?
Oh, don't worry. It's being recorded. I gave a criminal trespass to...
Did you see her on the property?
Yes, all three of them were sitting on the front porch.
You saw her on the front porch.
It doesn't matter, ma'am. That piece of property is all the same thing.
There's nothing that says no.
If you want to push it, I will charge her right now. I know Georgia law.
That you were charging her is what you just
I
said.
did not say I was charging her. I said I gave her a criminal trespass
That's
warning.
a charge.
No.
You didn't say a warning.
I explain this to your children. That is private property. They cannot be on it. Somebody called in, said they were in the house breaking things. Yes. Why are you defending your child for being someplace they shouldn't?
My daughter wasn't over there. She probably.
She was on the property.
I'm not going to argue with you. I have recordings. Okay.
She was on the property.
Not to go on the property. She wasn't in the
That's
house.
what I told her.
Have a good day.
This could be in a consensual encounter. It should have all ended right here whenever Miss Lisa's told Officer Hanson to have a good day.
You can't. Ma'am, I need you to come back here for me. You're obstructing me in the performance of my duties, ma'am.
You're not doing anything. I asked you a question and you got rude. That's all. Have a good day and I'll go talk to your sergeant tomorrow.
Come here.
No.
If you don't come here, I'm going to arrest you. Yes, she's being detained.
Under what?
Obstruction, disorderly conduct.
And you're recording it. Thank you. What? I asked you a question. You wanted to see her and get rude. That was it. Have a good day. You're an asshole.
Come here. I'm not done with you.
Freedom of speech. First Amendment.
Come here.
I'm allowed to use it. No.
Ma'am, I am not done. I need to run your ID.
No, you don't. I don't have
No,
it.
has she done it?
Ma'am, I need your identification.
He doesn't have to. He does not have to do it unless you have done any criminal. No.
Ma'am, I need your identification.
Don't touch me. Don't. I don't have an ID. Don't
Put your
touch
hands
me.
behind your back.
Don't touch me.
Put
Sir?
your hands behind your
Are
back.
you recording this? Could you please tell him to get off of me?
No, they know.
I literally just said no. Get off of me. You want to
Get in the
please
car. Get in the car.
I'm not getting in the car. I don't have ID. I don't have identification.
Stop. Well, if you cooperate, ma'am, I put 2 fingers between your cuffs.
Cooperate with what, Officer Hanson? It appears that no laws were broken. You didn't even have any reasonable articulable suspicion to make this arrest, and the charge you charged her with was disorderly conduct. Anywhere in the video that was recorded from the third party, as well as your body cam whenever this interaction took place, I saw no children. And if you can correct me on that, please do, Officer Hanson. But when this incident took place, for one, I didn't see any children present. So this appears this is retaliation because you got your feelings hurt because this person didn't want to talk to you anymore and called you a name. You're a disgrace. You're a disgrace, Officer Hanson, and you need to turn your badge and your gun in. All right, so I briefly spoke with the Chief of Police of the Jackson Police Department in Georgia, and this is what he had to say about the matter. Are you aware, does the City of Jackson City ordinances trump the U.S. Constitution?
No, it does not.
Then how come a person was arrested for calling Officer Hanson, an asshole?
Sir, I'm not going to go into any details with you about that. So you can just send me a request and I'll get you the information that you need, but I'm not going to discuss it.
Okay. Well, you just made the statement that the city ordinances do not trump the U.S. Constitution, and the U.S. Supreme Court has already ruled that calling a police officer a name is completely a part of the freedom of speech.
Your mother cursed in public.
Sir, whatever you need, we'll get it for you. Thank you.
And one more thing, sir. He hung up. do you feel confident that the Jackson Police Department can uphold the rights of the citizens of the people of Jackson?
No.
Get in the car!
I'm not getting in the car. I don't have ID. I don't have identification.
Are you afraid to talk to the police now, the City of Jackson Police Department?
I wouldn't say I'm afraid because, I mean, do they worry me in a way? Yeah. Because, I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do, honestly. I mean,
It appears they're capable of just about anything, and this is something that does worry me. Is that open records have been requested of Officer Hanson's previous arrests, and this has nothing to do with Officer Hanson, but has to do with how the Jackson Police Department are releasing open records. They are releasing complete unredacted arrest reports that has people's victims, potential witnesses to crimes, full name, full physical address, cell phone number, and other demographic information. This is extremely highly disturbing, and I cannot show these records on this channel to keep the victims and the complainants certain information private. However, I will be willing to disclose these records to the proper authorities had they want to get in contact with me, because this appears to be a major open records violations, and I am not kidding when I say that there was approximately 20, let's say 25 of complete arrest reports with narratives that was given in open records from the Jackson Police Department. Again, it displays the victims, the offender, the complainant's full name, phone number, and physical address. And not to mention, I had to redact the minor's information's full name and date of birth in this video. So does Jackson's records custodian, do they have any formal training or any type of training whatsoever to process open records for the public? This is something that we are definitely going to start looking very deep into.
Your encounter with Officer Hanson, the consensual encounter that you had when you walked away from his police cruiser, when you said, have a good day, and, said, have a good day, you're an asshole the first time, when you walked away, did you think in your mind that he was going to arrest you for that?
honestly, no. I didn't. I thought I was going to be able to just walk home.
Which is what should have happened.
And then, like, he's stating that I caused the scene in the public. But again, I mean, if he claims that there was children, why did he pull his car off like he did?
That's a good point that you bring up, because during y'all's interaction, during that particular interaction that took place, from the part where you walked away from his cruiser up the street to where he placed you in custody, I didn't see any children. Did you?
No. And the children that he spoke with that were on the property, as well as my daughter, they were at my house. I told them to stay at my house. So they weren't there. I know they weren't there. And then, like I said, if you look in my camera video and the officer's body cam, there was no children. I mean, is a fence a kid? Is a tree a kid? I mean, that's...
Did you notice any other children, any other minors other than the three that this happened with?
No.
On the street there, or on any adjoining street, adjacent street, or anything, or that you could see from?
No, the only time that I seen a kid present was well after I was already in the police car. And then that's when I seen like maybe one or two teenagers.
in his report, he stated that there were other children under the age of 14 that were present during all of this or could have heard it, but I didn't see any in the video. Do you feel that it was a violation of your civil rights?
It definitely was.
Of
And
your
I
First
even told
Amendment?
him, it was freedom of speech. Like you're trying to lock me up for saying asshole. I didn't say that you're an asshole and would have beat you the hell up. I didn't say none of that. You don't have to be such an asshole. He didn't have to be an asshole. And he didn't. He did not have to be an asshole. And I'm gonna say it again. He did not have to be an asshole.
I agree. I agree that he didn't. And that's the you bring up another good point right there as well, is that there were no fighting words. You know, there were no threats made. There were no.
I didn't even incite a crowd.
No, none of that. You voiced your opinion. You criticized him. You voiced your opinion to criticize his behavior, which is perfectly legal, being a public employee that he is. And it appeared that he just did not like that and wanted to retaliate. And and I don't know what was going through his mind, what he was thinking. I can only speculate and make my, somewhat opinionate, formulate an opinion about it, was that his feeling got hurt that a female called him an asshole or a name or made a derogatory statement that was all protected under the First Amendment, and he just retaliated. He didn't like that. And it's probably what could have ran through his mind was, I'm going to show you. You can't call me that. And this corroborates back to all the other open records that I've read from his arrest reports and everything, is that it looks like when it points to where if he doesn't like what you do or say, then he's going to arrest you for disorderly conduct.
All right, so it appears that the Jackson, Georgia Police Department have some issues they need to work through here. Chief James Morgan, man, get your department under control. Let Officer Tony Hansen know that he can't go around arresting people for calling him a name and because it hurt his one little feeling that he has. And whoever's handling y'all's open records, man, y'all need to get on the ball for that, because we're talking about sexual charges, stuff like that in these narratives and everything, and the victim's information, physical address, cell phone number, date of birth, stuff like that. All this stuff is in there that should be redacted, especially if the cases are still open. So I'm not going to release those out into any. I will release these to the proper authorities that want to investigate this, such as, and I'm not sure who would investigate this, GBI or at a higher echelon of the state of Georgia. However, I will release these only to those to a higher entity that would want to investigate and look into this. Hey, without further ado, everybody like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and be sure to give us a shout and let us know what you think in the comments about this, and we will catch everyone on the next video.